So, here we go.
So, hey guys, welcome to the Time and Place podcast. I'm an addict named Bailey.
And I'm an addict named Danny.
And
this is the Time and Place. This is fun. Okay, we have to think of like a good intro.
A good intro?
Yeah.
You guys want to see us develop the intro?
We're developing this podcast in real time. So, okay. I think we should say, I'm an addict named Bailey, and I'm an addict named Danny, and this is a Time and Place podcast.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm an addict named Bailey.
And I'm an addict named Danny.
And this is a Time and Place podcast.
It's perfect.
We are sisters in recovery, and we're just going to talk and shoot the breeze and just tell you about what's been going on. What if you're in recovery, you know the drill. If you're not in recovery, then this is what it's like. And if you want to be in recovery, then you can totally do it. We believe in you.
Just watch till the end for our call to action. I'm going to insert some like cool call to action music.
CTAs. CTAs.
CTA.
The KT.
Listen, okay, so we're in recovery and we want to...
Our intention is to help people, okay?
But yes, our intention is to provide a safe place for resources. Because we're so cool.
We're just a couple of cool teens. Here to talk about life.
Here to talk about life.
So our first segment is going to be, when we were developing this podcast, we went through ChatGPT. So we asked AI to come up with podcast, what would you say? Like taglines, maybe? Create a tagline for a podcast about sisters in recovery. That is fun.
Yeah, that was the gist.
Okay, so it says, sisterhood and sobriety, laugh, love, and live in recovery.
No,
laugh, love, and live. They're like, y'all are chuggy, and we know it. Live, laugh, love. Dive into the unbreakable bond of sisterhood as two sisters share their journey of triumph, trials, and transformation and recovery. Low-key, that's actually the vibe
that's
here.
high-key the vibe.
Yeah.
So that's what our podcast is.
Yeah.
And if you don't have to be in recovery or needing recovery to tune in, because we have
Everyone has
full lives nowadays.
I was gonna say, I'm sorry, I gotta stop cutting people off. Everyone has been touched in their life somewhere by addiction.
I didn't know.
We can do this. Okay,
This
so
is why we need edit.
my next topic is caffeine withdrawals because
okay.
I'm currently on day 0 of trying to quit caffeine because I had to take a piece of Excedrin today because I had such a bad headache.
A piece of Excedrin?
Yeah, not even a half, like a tiny piece of it. Because I'm trying to
Is that a thing?
I'm trying to wean down from the caffeine. The headaches are so real.
I'm
just looking at the viewfinder. I don't know about you. I'm not looking at I'm not looking at you guys in the eyes.
I think you're supposed to have a piece of caffeine.
Excedrin is caffeine.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay.
A piece of caffeine.
I don't think that's
First of all, what's a piece of caffeine? What is that?
Like what you just took, apparently.
Okay, touche.
But I think when you wean off caffeine, you're supposed to do it. Well, I don't know. I have no idea.
I just say if my headache is like really bad and I can't take it, then I will take. But before that, I was 2 days without any caffeine whatsoever. But the headache just got worse and worse.
It's usually after the 2-day mark. Mm-hmm. I've quit caffeine I think I'm on my 4th time quitting since I've been in recovery.
I might be on my 4th time quitting. High five.
Heck yeah. And I quit quite a while ago. I don't know how long.
Yeah, you've been off of caffeine I thought February 1st sounds like a good first day of no caffeine. Then way I can keep track.
Okay. So you're gonna have day 0, then day double zero.
Yeah, day double zero.
Double 0, and then day 1. Day dot.
Day dot.
Yep. Good for you.
Thank you.
Happy for you.
So I was such a caffeine girly, and I respect all the caffeine girlies out there. But personally, I abused caffeine so bad, and I would drink it to the point where it would give me headaches. So I was like overdosing on caffeine. And that's a thing. You can do it. If you're an addict like me, you can do it. So I had to quit that too. And it's crazy to say like, oh, I'm quitting, because I haven't even really decided if this is a tolerance break or if I'm like actually quitting.
Can I chime in here?
It's a struggle. Of course.
Okay, so in my recovery journey, I want to be more spiritual and engaging in a relationship with a power greater than myself. Whatever that looks like to you. Just kidding. Okay, no, but seriously. So when I quit caffeine and then I started drinking it again, the main reason I quit is because
when you were meditating, your thoughts would race and you couldn't meditate.
Yes, and it spikes my cortisol, and it affects my sleep, and it was just wreaking havoc on my thoughts, and I'm already like an anxious little bean. So I don't need to add any more anxious.
Yeah, I agree. I think in the beginning it's fine. For me, it doesn't work. For most people, it does work. So power to you. If you can drink coffee, I personally can't. If you can have a beer after dinner, like, power to you. I personally cannot. I'm allergic. I will abuse it. I will end up in bad places. So that's that on that. And then so my friend at work, right? She got prescribed something, and one of the instructions on the medication said, if you experience this, tell your doctor. And one of the symptoms was fear. And we were like, imagine calling your doctor and just being like, I'm scared. I'm scared. So I just wanted to say that. Like, I just thought it was so funny. Because, like, what do? You call your doctor, I'm scared.
If you experience fear?
If you experience fear.
That's a new one.
I know. Fear. I'm like, so I have to call my doctor every second of every day. So then I have, Danny said something last night. She's been practicing. Do it. Hey, wow. It takes practice. Hey.
It's my Valentine's Day goal.
See, you're already killing it with giving me the segues, because one of the things we want to talk about today is Valentine's Day is coming up.
Oh.
And we are both painfully single.
But wait, you were going to say something right before that.
Yeah, I'll come back to it.
I know
it's written down.
I know what it is.
Oh, really? What is it?
Scrunch.
How did you know that? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna pass out.
Danny said something the other day.
Okay, it was last night, Danny said. So she was on the phone ordering Chinese food for us, and she's like, okay, vegetable lo mein, is that all you want? And I was like, no, French fries. And she's like, scrunch fries.
Did I say it to the girl?
You said to me.
Oh.
It was still ringing. You were like, scrunch fries. I was like, what? And now I'm never calling them anything other than that for the rest of my life. And Jara said it in context. She's like, I don't even remember what she said, but she said it in a sentence, and it made me die all over again. I find that to be hilarious. I don't know. I have a weird sense of humor.
Can I tell you that it feels so awkward?
What? Jeez.
Look who called me.
Danny! Oh my god, tea! Tea.
Tea.
Guys, we have tea. Okay, guys, breaking news. Danny just got a call, not even a text or a snap. She got a call from her ex. How do you feel? Tell us how you feel.
Well, I was very adamant that I was like, oh, I don't care. Okay, backstory.
Yeah. Preface.
Ran into this guy at the grocery store the other day, and he approached me, and we caught up a little bit, and then he asked me for my number, and I gave him my number, and then...
But you have to preface that it's your ex that... Oh. What was your relationship like? How long were you together? Where did you meet? This is the
I
tea.
don't
This is the
talk
good
about
stuff.
that. Okay.
Yes, Queen. This is what the people want to know. We won't say his name.
I met him in the casino.
Let's give him a fake name.
Okay. Brad.
Brad.
No, not Brad. We know Brad. We can't do Brad.
No, yeah, we do know Brad.
Let's do,
Jorge.
no. Let's just say Jay.
Okay.
It could be James, John, Joe, Jack, Jeff. Nobody knows. It's
Right.
Jay. Okay.
You know what they say about men who start with J?
Slay.
Okay, anyway.
Okay. So in my active addiction, we'll preface with I was in active addiction.
That's my excuse for everything.
Listen, it's just like setting the scene.
Yes.
I was drinking
Heavily.
all the time.
Yeah.
I ended up
As one does.
after the bar, I went to the casino because it's open later, you know, and it's free alcohol. So after the bar, I went to the casino by myself, mind you. I was by myself, and I was just sitting there minding my own business. And this guy comes over and like cleans the tables around me, and he was attractive. And then I talked to him, and he had an accent, and I was like, oh, hi, and I was so forward. I was just like, oh my god, I love your accent. Hey, da, da, da. So he gives me his number. Then I never called him. I was
Can
too
I
scared.
say something? This guy gives off like guy at the gas station vibes where he's like, "You're so beautiful. Let me take you out on a date." Like I feel like, right?
Yeah.
Like he'll hit on you.
Is that gas station guy vibes?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah. You know, like a guy at a bodega where he's like, "When are you gonna marry me?" And they just always want to hit on you.
Oh, yeah.
So Jay gives that vibe.
Yeah.
He gives that energy. I feel.
Yeah, he does. You're right.
So you just having to be in the
So-
right place at the right time.
Well, a couple months later, I ran into him at the bar, and he was like, hey, you never called me. And I was like, I was too shy. Again, I was super drunk.
Right.
But then the next day he called me, and so we started seeing each other. That escalated quickly, and it really did. We started seeing each other, and then turns out I knew one of his exes, and that
You
was
were
the whole thing.
inseparable, right?
We were
Were you
inseparable.
staying at his house for like
All over
almost
the time.
every weekend or
Like all the time.
like
Yeah.
every week, every weekend, everything?
Every like couple of days between there
Most
and my
days
house.
she was
Most
there.
days. I also had a lot of my sisters living with me at the time, so it was a nice little like escape, which he provided.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he
Little
did.
escape. Anyway, he's a really good cook, and like he makes his own juice, which was like very satisfying because like if you have fresh made juice all
Especially
the time,
when you're hungover.
it was a thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would date him just for the juice.
Did you ever officially become boyfriend and girlfriend with him?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Only for like a couple months because I was really jealous and he was like really flirty. So
Right,
that didn't
he's-
work out.
It's giving gas station. So you knew his ex.
Knew his ex. She
And
used
what
to be my babysitter.
you had a run in.
Our babysitter.
His ex used to be our babysitter and she had a run in.
I didn't know that he was her ex. He
Was her baby daddy.
Her baby daddy. I didn't know that at first, but I found out kind of a little later. I'm like,
When it was
oh,
too
wait a
late.
second.
She found out when it
I
was too
know
late.
who you are. It wasn't too late. I made the decision.
Okay.
Intentionally.
We love a self-aware queen.
But I mean, I didn't know at first when we exchanged numbers and all that. Like,
Right.
and the flirtation already started happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then we dated, and then we broke
For
up.
a few months.
But then we still stayed together. We just weren't in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It was really weird.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
sensing a pattern.
Yeah. What do you mean?
You do that where you break up, but then you stay with the person.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Are we learning about ourselves on this
Wow.
podcast already? I just
Okay.
learned that about you.
So, there was one point where
That's the worst when you're not dating and you're still
His-
together, though.
my old babysitter, his mother of his children,
Children? I thought it was
they have
one.
two,
Oh, okay. T.
saw us in a store, and she approached me and punched me in the face.
Damn,
just-
the way you say that is
She just
She
squared up
approached me and punched me in the face.
and came up to me and pop. But listen,
We were in a
store.
That happened to you. That's awful. She punched you in
First
the
of all,
face, square in the face.
Yeah. It didn't really hurt that much. Like, I was just, like, more shocked.
Yeah.
I was mostly pissed because my glasses fell off, and I was just like, what the freaking heck? So, yeah, anyway. But we stayed buddies for a while, and he was cool. Like, he was from a different country, and so he had a lot of different perspectives, and we were both, like, smart and fun and cool.
You guys had a good time.
We did.
You were a good match for a while.
And he didn't really drink that much, but I was like, why are you letting me be, like,
feral?
And you're just handling it.
Right. He was
That
chill.
was weird.
None of us liked
really
him
chill.
as her sisters because we didn't think that he valued her and was, like, loyal to her and stuff like that, I feel like, right?
Right.
We just didn't... You would talk about him, and because we have a lot of, like, trauma and, like, relationships or whatever, we would hear what you had to say about him. I know, I was going like this. I'm like, you can probably hear that. It's probably annoying.
Oh.
But anyway, we just didn't like him as sisters. We have a tendency to not like... Because we all know our taste in men was not that great. So we would already not trust...
We have trauma.
Yeah. We have trauma.
We have trauma.
So, anyway, so you guys lost touch for a really long time.
Yes. It was so funny because it was like 2 days. Like, I distanced myself from him, and it took a lot of work for me to do that. Abandonment issues. And, I had like 2 days. I just moved into a new apartment, and I had 2 days where I was just like, oh wow, I'm actually single. I have no like attachments.
I remember this.
And I'm feeling so good. And then 2 days later, I got in a relationship with my next boyfriend.
I remember. So you
There's a
cut
little
him
bit of
off
overlap.
for 2 days, and then you were with the next one
Yeah.
that you're getting over currently.
That I'm getting over.
So she was with this other one for 2 years, and they broke up, and they
2.5
stayed
years.
friends for a while. Basically friends, though.
We were friends first, dated for 2.5 years. We broke up, but we stayed friends for like, well, we stayed pretty connected, like talked every day still for like a year.
Yeah.
And about 2 months ago, I really set the boundary because I'm in trauma therapy now and recovery, and it's been difficult, but you know, I haven't impulse called him in a long time.
Yeah, she was just telling me, oh, I'm like doing really well. I haven't called him. And then what happens? We're sitting here to make a podcast, and then Jay calls you. Jay calls. It's funny how, I don't know if you guys know this, men and women, when you start to feel okay, you just start to feel, it's like they can sense it.
Listen, I've been talking for the last 2 weeks how good I feel because I've been taking really good care of myself. I've been doing yoga and like eating better and drinking water and like cleaning my home and taking care of my space and like doing all this intentional just like self-care
stuff that we're not used to.
Yeah, and truly accepting myself and my body for exactly how I am without like being hard on myself or judging myself, or you know, it's like I surrendered it, and it's wild. But I've been talking about it. I'm like, oh man, I just feel really good. Like I've been doing things that are good for me, and it feels really good.
Yeah.
So, literally within widowy in 2 days, like I ran into Jay the first day.
Oh yeah. So that's another thing.
Then the next day.
So that we should preface this call too because they ran into each other. When was it? How many days ago?
Oh yeah.
So did he wait the obligatory 3 days?
That was on Friday.
And today's Tuesday. Yeah. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So the fourth day.
Yep. So.
Well, because you were like, I am not. You gave him your number.
I gave him.
And you were like, I cannot talk to him. Da da da. And then, you know, when you give someone your number and they don't call you, it's kind of whether you intend to talk to him or not. For me, anyway, I'm like, like, why haven't you called me?
That's how I was feeling.
That was the vibe, right?
Yeah.
That's how I would feel.
So while I was feeling like that, I was
why take my number?
And I talked about this in therapy today. I was like, I wrote about it in my journal, and I was like, I don't want to give my energy away to anybody who, like, doesn't
match
it. Yeah. And I was like over it. It wasn't bothering me at all. It bothered me for like a day and a half or 2 days. 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, no, I'm just not gonna worry about it. I actually wish I didn't give him my number. I shouldn't hang out with him because I think that energy will just hold me back from what's good, like what I want.
Yeah. That's a fact.
But now he just called me.
So how do you feel? What are you gonna do? You know your intentions right now? Like
I'm definitely gonna call him back on the way home.
Are you?
I don't know. I want to. That was my first thought when I saw it. I'm like, oh, I'm calling him on my drive
Okay.
home. But I shouldn't.
As a woman, I understand that urge and want to.
It's my ego. My ego wants to be fed.
Mm-hmm. And he knows how to feed that ego. Let me tell you.
He'll
He'll feed your physical body and your emotional, spiritual void.
Yeah.
But he will never fulfill it. He might fill it, but he won't fulfill it. Do you know who can?
Oh, here we go.
HP, baby.
HP.
Higher power.
Yeah.
But it's difficult as a woman, as a person even, to make those choices. But it's normal for you to want to call him back. I won't judge you if you do.
I don't know if I want to post all this on our first podcast because, all of our friends and family are going to listen to it.
This is the tea. We
can edit it.
I love this. I think this is a great. I think it's
so
meant to be.
Let's talk about your tea.
I will. This is our higher power being like, this is what your podcast is going to be. Because what are the odds?
Okay,
what are the chances?
I mean, it is my truth. What I'm going through right now.
So my tea right now is that
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be like, let's talk about my tea.
It's okay. So
bitch.
I didn't take it there. I know. So you may or may not call him on the way home.
May or may not.
But you probably will.
I am so intrigued.
Right. Play the tape forward, as they say in the rooms.
I've been doing that, and each time I do, I'm like, what's it gonna... I'm telling you, I'm just like, I know what I want, and he's not it.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like that in my brain, I can rationalize. He's not a bad person. He was cool and fun to hang out with. The main thing though, honestly, the ick is he smokes cigarettes.
Oh.
I'm like, I don't want to come even sit in your house.
Yeah.
I can't.
Right.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
No judgment to those who smoke cigarettes, by the way. It's just not for us.
I don't want to be around
I used to smoke for 10 years, over 10 years.
Oh yeah, I smoked for 6 years.
I was an addict for 10 years. Now I'm not.
I was an addict for 15 years.
I was an addict for 13.
Well, we're always addicts, but
yeah.
I was in active addiction for 15 years.
You're right. And we racked up a lot of
13.
Toxic relationships, and we...
Oh yeah, because you got clean before me.
Yeah.
I'm like, how 13? We started out the same.
Almost
you started
the same
before
time.
me.
Yeah.
But not as maybe active addiction.
I'm saying when I started experiencing physical withdrawals is when I count my active addiction, because I was addicted.
Maybe then I wasn't for 15 years, because I counted it from just when I started drinking alcohol, but I wasn't.
Yeah, I could count it from when I started overeating as a child. So I've been an addict my entire life.
I was born an addict.
I came here, I conquered, and now I'm still an addict. I don't know. So one of my topics was stalking this guy. So yesterday, me and my youngest sister...
Not stalking this guy.
No, it's funny. Listen, me and my youngest sister, we both have a crush on the same guy. Those two are way better suited for each other.
Again?
Yeah, there's two guys that we both like. Well, I don't know if she even likes the other one.
No, she doesn't, but they had a thing.
Yeah.
This is weird. I could
with the same
not.
sister. I know.
Try not to judge.
No, I know. Listen, hear me out, okay? So, I had a crush on this guy. What should we call him? We'll call him... I don't want to call him anything close to what his name is.
Okay, guy number 1.
Guy number 1. We're going to call this guy Ben. And Ben works at the same type of place that my youngest sister works.
Oh, okay.
And they are neighbors. They live in the same building, okay? They are perfect for each other. They're the same exact age. But to be fair, I was living here longer, and I saw him
first.
I saw him first. But he's younger than me,
That's the worst. Your
Mm-hmm.
hair.
But they're more perfect for each other. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
They're more perfect for each other. She's, let's be so for real, she's hotter than me. So he probably will.
Bailey.
So, he will like her more. And
Listen,
first of all, boy next door.
We need to address that. She's way hotter than me.
She is. I just looked at her Instagram because she showed it to me.
Compared to who, though?
She's like,
You don't know what Ben likes? Everybody has different tastes.
Fair enough.
You can't just be like, oh, you're hot and I'm not.
That's fair. Thank you for pointing that out. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Don't talk about my sister like that.
I didn't say anything bad about myself. So anyway, I saw him, liked him immediately, and then she started showing interest for him, and I was like, you know, we were both like, may the best woman win kind of vibes. And it was a playful, like, Delulu-ship that we are just joking around all the time, being like, oh my god, I saw Ben, like, he looked so good today, and he's just, like, whatever. And so, okay, so last night, she's over here, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, what do you want to do? Like, we're hanging out, and she's like, let's stalk Ben. And she said it as a complete joke. She meant, like, physically, we should stalk him. And I was like, now that you mention it, I've never looked up his socials before. So I go on my phone, like a little detective that I am, and I was like, Ben, and I type in his place of work, and I type in, like, to try to find him on Facebook. I'm the only person in the world that doesn't use Instagram. But
Yeah, we discussed that earlier.
Yeah. So I looked on Facebook first, couldn't find him. Look on Instagram, can't find him. So then I go to Google and I type in his name and the place where he works, and I got his last name. I was like, we have a name! So then we find him on the other socials. We literally stalked this man.
Oh my god.
It was so fun.
I'm proud of you.
Oh my gosh, girlhood, am I right? Mm-hmm. So we were having such a fun time. So then she follows him on Instagram. I'm like, how does that work? Because I didn't understand, like, I thought he had to, I don't know how that works. Whatever.
Instagram?
Yeah.
It's like becoming somebody's friend on Facebook.
Right. But, like, once you're friends, you're friends. You don't have to follow the person back on Facebook. Really? So she follows him, right? And
No, because it's like you follow them and then they get a request that says follow back. Sarah followed you on Instagram.
Yeah, but you can confirm it without following them back, though.
Okay. You
didn't know that?
Yeah, no. You could just not click follow back and they're still following you.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I don't know. So she follows him. She's like, I just followed him, and we were both like, ah! Like, oh my gosh. And I'm so excited, and I ship them so much. I want them to get married. I want them to have babies and all that kind of stuff. So that's that on that, and I have respectfully bowed out of that situationship, that, like, fake Delulu-ship that we were in. And then, so now, there's this other guy, right? Am I going to talk about this? I don't want to.
I didn't want to talk about Jay.
Okay. This other guy. So, we're in the rooms, whatever. Meet this guy. He comes in. Literally, what do we...
No,
I meet him and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so cute, right? I talk to him. So, like, I have no standing to like this man. So I'm already like, oh, you're in a category in my brain where I can't like you. He was in early recovery, which we don't mess around with people in early recovery for their sake. We do our best not to.
And ours.
Yeah. You don't want to take advantage of a newcomer. So.
And you don't want to get wrapped up in a situation that could be potentially dangerous for you.
It could literally, it's life or death. Like, it could take someone out of the rooms and, like, they could just never come back and never survive.
Yeah, I feel like...
Serious stuff.
I haven't been tested in that way, but it would be a difficult test.
Mm-hmm.
To, like, fall in love with somebody who is using, but you're in love with them now, and, like, what do you give up?
We can get into that. I have a whole situationship that happened like that, and we can get into that in episode 2.
Okay.
So, this person, yeah, I already put him in a category, and I'm so cringy because I told him, like, we hung out, I took him to a meeting, which is already a no-no. Like, we don't give men rides to meetings just for safety purposes, but I'm like, he's cool, he's funny, whatever, and we have a great time. Like, we're like fast friends, instantly friends, we click immediately, like, whatever. And I was like, yeah, you're off limits, which basically implies that I liked him. But whatever, like, it's fine. But I was like, yeah, I can't, it's not like that. So I'm like, we have to be friends or whatever, like, basically. Oh my god, I hate this. So I'll go, yeah, we'll be friends. And then he goes like this, like, and, like, we fist bump. We're pals, we're buddies. So I'm like, that's probably for the best. But, yeah, now we're in this whole, like, I don't know, friendship, weird thing. I don't know what he's got going on, though. I think he might, like, have a girlfriend or something. Not that it matters because me and him are never gonna be that way.
He's not my favorite for you.
Danny, he's not an option for me whatsoever. And but my intention wasn't to like him. I just kind of happened to start.
Yeah, because you guys are really similar.
Dude's my type exactly too.
Yeah.
He's tall, dark, handsome, funny.
He speaks your language.
Yeah, we talk the same.
You guys do like the TikTok verbiage.
Yeah. He's just fun to be around, and I might be idealizing him a little just because I like him.
Well,
and not seeing his qualities that aren't great.
I know some things about him. I just don't think he's right for you.
Danny, you're saying it like it's even an option to me. You're like, Bailey, I'm sorry. He's not. Yeah, I know.
He's not right for you.
I know that. But, like, I just wanted to say, like, just give that tea, too. And...
yeah, that's going on.
That's going on. Well, it's not really going on, though. We're not, like, we don't talk regularly. Once in a great while, I'll take him to a meeting, and that's it.
Yeah. But you guys have fun and speak each other's language.
We haven't hung out at all.
That's why I was like,
in a social
way. You guys
way.
could just be friends. Like, why can't we just be friends with people?
Because you can't. Like, I can't be friends with someone I have a crush on.
Can you?
I had a friend who I had a crush on for years, and I fell madly in love with him. So I didn't and I was just like friend zoned to the.
I want to hear what other people have to say about this.
Yeah, put in the comments. Do you have a situationship, a friend zone ship, a Delulu ship?
Do you have?
What's your situation? Like,
what's your take on reconnecting with an ex?
Yeah, give us your experience, strength, and hope about connecting with an ex, because Danny wants some inspo.
No, I just want to hear what other people do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess inspo.
Well, yeah, like some knowledge, like some people who have gone through it.
Yeah, help.
Help us.
Help us.
So, okay, we're going to close it off with, I think we've been going
for an hour.
Yeah. I think I like this little life.
TikTok verbiage.
Do you? Okay, I was wondering if you knew what that was. So, we're going to talk about, the last thing is Valentine's Day rebrand. And I'm sure this isn't an original idea, but I think because Valentine's Day is so centered around, like, relationship, love, it should be just about love. All kinds of love.
Oh, okay.
Like, I love you so much. Can we celebrate it?
Yeah.
You know?
I love you.
Like, our friends and family, I love them.
Yeah.
I love everyone in my life so much.
I love my ex.
That took a turn.
Let's celebrate my love for my ex.
So this is why I thought of this, though.
I'm talking about my 2-year relationship. 2.5
Yeah,
years.
not Jay. The other one. So, what was I just going to say? I forgot.
Oh, Valentine's Day. Celebrating love of everyone.
Yeah. But the reason why I thought this was because I was focusing on the one type of love that I don't have, which is romantic love. And I was like, why am I focusing on the one thing I don't have? What about all the love that's already in my life? Like, I love my higher power. I love my family. I love my friends. I love everyone. Yeah. So much. There's so much love in my life.
Yeah.
So,
same.
Anyway, for me personally, I'm going to celebrate the love that's in my life already.
What about the love for yourself?
Oh.
We really had to learn how to love ourselves.
I'm still learning.
Yeah, same. But I've been making, like, larger strides in that area lately, and I feel really good about it. And when I talk about that, I feel like I shouldn't call the guy. Who knows, though? I have a disease. I'm impulsed.
She's like, I'm powerless.
I'm powerless. I'm going to call him.
I'm powerless over my disease. I've got a disease.
I've got a disease. I got to call him.
Do you think HP is being like, hey, let's see if you are really ready for true love? See if you're still going to give your energy to these people. I know. I'll tell you right now, if somebody hit me up, I'd be like, oh my God.
Oh, it's the worst.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be like that. I am changing my identity. I'm a confident young lady who loves herself.
Okay.
Yeah. I think this is
I
good.
think that's all we have for our pod.
For our pod.
It's our pod.
Thank you guys for tuning into the pod. Please like and subscribe if you want to. If you want to know what happens with Danny and her ex, I'm dying to know. You can't tell me until we film again either.
Okay.
So we're gonna hopefully start a posting schedule.
We'll have a live react situation.
Oh yeah. Like me live reacting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's exciting. And if anything happens in our lives, we will let you know. So, namaste.
Because we're so interesting.
Everyone wants to totally hear our thoughts. Okay, scrunch, guys.